No, Dane, just move a few things, you fucking moron. I understand. Is there a spooky hole in here? Not yet. Man, fuck all of this. What is all this? Fuck that right there. Fuck it all the way. Here, have some gas, shithead. Fucking working here, man. Trying to. I'm looking for dynamite or something, right? Fucking ass. Oh, fuck me. Fuck right up. Okay. I'm not saying that this will work. But what I'm saying is I'm gonna try it. I didn't do story time again. Maybe if I fucking did story time, we'd know what the fuck we need to do. I feel like we're pretty safe here. That's a mistake. Let's do story time. Okay, hang on. Joubert. Odd occurrences last night. I'm just gonna say soldier. Soldier Lambert thought dead after his patrol? Oh, like they thought he was dead. Thought dead after his patrol on the 8th. Returned to the barracks in fine health. He carried with him Sergeant Clement, severely wounded from an explosion. Well, that's Joseph. Lambert reports the following, that midway through his patrol on the 8th, he fell into a deep crater and was unable to escape. Clement, his close friend, snuck out after him last night, located him in the crater, and carried him out. Were rebel. They were spotted, and in the ensuing attack, Clement was injured by an explosion. It fell on Lambert to carry him back. If he was in good enough shape to carry me back, why couldn't he get out of the thing? I have suspicions about Lambert. Very odd that Lambert was neither injured from the fall nor the explosion, and that he ended up saving the man who came to save him. But battlefield luck is an odd thing, and every life fate's winds blow erratic. True that. Judging by Lambert's description, the crater he fell into seems to have been located very close to the Roman tunnels we unearthed. It may have been a result of work down there. I recommend a future patrol investigate and make sure we have not opened up a back door into our own bunker. Yeah, that'd be bad. Let's see what Stafford has to say. Daisy chain switches. I think we already read that, yeah. Fear and Paranoia by Chenard. Fournier claims one of us killed Reynard, but I saw Reynard's corpse. His eyes were gone, gouged from his skull, his tongue was shredded. I think we read this. We all hated Reynard, but none of us could have done this. Yeah, we read that. Marceau. The officers have abandoned us. They ran from the beast and blew the exit closed behind them. Even Joubert. They called us cowards and traitors and worse, hypocrites. True. Now they've doomed us. Whatever hell we suffer now, it is on them. God will punish them for what they've done. I don't know. Tremblay. Farber dies. Farber is gone. Insanity, chaos. We were in the mess, and it burst from the shadows right behind Boistrand. But Farber was there, ready, practically threw himself in front of the thing. What a fucking hero. And he shot it, hit it, dead on. That thing retreated. We thought for sure it was dead, but then, not 10 minutes later, it came back for him. I heard him screaming, being pulled into the wall, praying for salvation, and now I can hear it moving again, getting closer. Have to move now, or we all suffer his fate. Toussaint. Neuer has been telling us of the tunnel texts. The tunnel text. Describing what these tunnels were used for. But I didn't need him to tell me. I've seen it. I was in there, in the dark. I dream of it every night now. Dreams are so real that when I wake, the day itself feels like the dream. I am at a ritual. It begins with the drinking of a liquid, sweet and thick, like mucus or honey. Now when you eat honey, think of mucus. Repulsive and yet intoxicating. As I drink, it warms my body, fills me with a lust for all things carnal, sex, blood, flesh. Around me are others, their faces hidden, their bodies rippling. I know we all serve the same master to the same end, a place in her unending kingdom, immortality. The things I do in these dreams, a terrible whirl of horrors, bloody and twirled, that make the charnel pit of the war seem like mere play. Awake horrified, but in the dreams I am elated. The worst part, at the end of every day, I want to be asleep. I want to go back to that place. I want to feel that way. I want the violence and the ecstasy and the pitch-black darkness. Wasn't there something about Toussaint? Somebody said something about Toussaint. Noye. Maybe Noye was it. Finally got some answers from the engineering team. Command believes there are old Roman tunnels adjacent to our position. They're opening them this evening. Command hopes to use them to launch a surprise attack, as if any attack at this point could be termed a surprise. This is a war. We are all always expecting an attack. Curious to see these tunnels, though. A little dash of antiquity would liven the place up. Certainly help keep my mind off the daily grind of the war. The officers presented me today with a rather unexpected and strange gift. Aging texts from inside the Roman tunnels. Seems they got word of my interest. I took them, of course, but the truth is these texts are far too fragile, too valuable, to survive life in this horrid place. They require more delicate hands, more learned minds than mine. Still, curiosity reigns, doesn't it ever? This morning Ackerman died of his wounds. I've only known him a time, but considered him one of my better friends here. I hope heaven welcomes him. To distract myself, I've been going over the text. To distract myself, I was reading the Necronomicon. Not quite, and have had quite the shock. These texts are not Roman in origin. The language is Latin, or Latinate at least, but what they're writing about has no relation to what I know of Roman culture from any era. The text seemed to be of a religious, or at least a superstitious nature. A phrase is repeated, to cross into the darkness beyond, and then something about sight. Yeah, put that book down. Haven't slept, need to get this down. The texts are of a religious nature. Whoever these ancient people were, they believed that they had found a means to immortality. And to achieve this goal, they needed access to what they thought was some other world, one dominated by darkness and ruled by, I don't know, they use words I can't translate, ruled by something. They claimed that the dark other world was full of spirits, monsters, and that the air there was endlessly alive with cries of torment and the sickly rattle of souls near death. So why would you want to live forever in that? It's not worth it. I don't get it. That is what they were using the tunnels for. For them, it was a doorway. Great! Into some pagan hell. Sorry, we just opened this portal and Cthulhu fell out. The texts are full of wild stories of blood orgies. What exactly is a blood orgy? Like, are people boning on their period? Or are they cutting people up? Is it Event Horizon? Of sadistic spirits, of the awful thing these men and women would do to each other in the worship of darkness. They speak at length of some substance that is meant to grant the worthy some kind of immortality in darkness. I'm on patrol tonight. Need to sleep before then, but then I'm back at this. Johannes Nicolai. To Amanda. Dearest, thank you for the package. I'm saving the chocolate for a special occasion, and I'm keeping the photo close to my heart. It's been weeks now since I've been called for any combat action, but a new kind of fear is spreading inside the bunker. Last night I woke with a chill. A strange sound was emanating from deeper in the bunker. A kind of moan, a cry, perhaps a howl. I went to investigate. Don't do that. And found myself standing at the entryway to the Roman tunnels. The sound came from inside. I dared not shine a light inside for fear of what I might see. And then a scrambling thudding came racing towards me from the darkness. A shape loomed up out of the shadows. I reached for my sidearm, ready to fire. It was Toussaint. So Toussaint maybe isn't dreaming when he thinks he's dreaming. He'd been awakened as well, but unlike me, he dared to enter the tunnels. He says he saw something there. As we stood at that maw, never describe that as a maw. Anything you can walk through, don't call it that. Listening, the howling grew distant, receded to where I dare not guess. Perhaps our minds are gone, or perhaps there's something down there. Toussaint will not tell me what he saw. Please write me again soon. Love to you, Johannes. Farber. After what happened with Noye, after how Reynard and Fournier treated him and Leroux, there's only one way forward for us. I've gathered the men I can trust, proposed to them what we will do. To a man, all of them to a man, all of them were willing. Okay, it was such a relief. T seemed eager to go. The poor man. I hear him at night muttering in rhymes, trying to comfort himself. Okay, so I think Toussaint is the monster. For his sake, for all our sakes, this nightmare must stop. Late now, on the 14th of June, the nightmares have stopped. We no longer hear those sounds, but now I'm plagued by worse nightmares. Okay. My fellow saboteurs were all caught. Delpy and Rayner torture them even now. And yet none of them have turned me in. I alone have escaped punishment. The honor among these men, my brothers, I'm not worthy of it. It haunts me. Did I help with the tunnels? 'Cause aren't I guilty of something? The guilt of it. I know they will be court-martialed, maybe even put to death, and here I am. My consolation? The war will punish me, as it punishes us all. And I will remain vigilant, lest whatever darkness lurks in those tunnels returns. Farber's last note. Night. Sleepless. Something keeps scratching at the walls. I've heard rats before, of course, but this is different. It's not the subtle, rhythmic scratch of a rodent. It's louder, steadier. Francois has gone 4 times now to find the source, and each time returned with no answers. Perturbed. Stop going, Francois. The men like me who were here during the Roman tunnel incident, we share skittish looks. We dare not say anything for fear of reprimand, but we don't need to say it. We're all thinking the same thing. Later, something just howled. Something outside the barracks. Something in here with us. Like before. It's like before, but the tunnels are still sealed. They're still sealed, but it wasn't enough. All my brothers court-martialed and gone, and it still wasn't enough. 16 July. A demon from the tunnels is among us. It's killed Reynard. It will kill all of us, unless... For Leroux, for Toussaint, for Noye, for Nikolai, for Ozan and Renoir, I will kill it myself. This is why I was not caught. This is my purpose. My revolver is loaded. My will is strong. None of that told me what I need to do. Oh, Henri?
8th of July, mid-afternoon. Joubert needs a scout for tonight. Routine patrol. Out to the communication wires and back. It'll be cloudy. Good cover. Easiest patrol possible. Sergeant wants me or Augustin to go. He still suspects one of us might have been with the mutineers. But I won't be going. How can I be so sure? Well, Augustin has agreed to a friendly game of chance to determine which of us it will be. And using an old sleight of hand trick, there's no way I'll lose.
I'm an asshole.
No. Augustin doesn't have a chance because I'll ensure he doesn't. Me? A scoundrel? Perhaps. But when he returns and I remind him of the time he pissed in my flask, or the mysterious lice that appeared in my bunk, or the incident with that barmaid.
Okay, we're all assholes.
Well, I laughed in those cases, and he'll laugh in this one.
He's gonna die.
8th of July, near midnight. Shelling again somewhere along the line. Them firing at us. I'm sure we will fire at them again soon. I hope Augustin's having a simply marvelous time out there. Can't wait to tell him what I did.
Did he die?
9th of July, time unknown. It must be just before dawn. When the shelling stopped, I woke. The sudden silence always does that. Augustin's bunk is empty. I went looking for him. He wasn't in the mess, nor being seen by Dr. Jasinski, nor lurking out for a final smoke. Dax was on patrol.
Dax is here.
He said Augustin hasn't returned from the scout.
I killed him.
He said the words like he was pronouncing Augustin's death. As if scouts don't come running back at all hours. As if it wasn't just a routine patrol. As if all hope was lost. Now the shelling is starting again. We'll try to sleep. 9th of July, morning. It has been hours now, and Augustin has not returned. His luck did not hold, and neither has mine. What could I have been thinking? If he is gone forever,
I killed
but I do
him.
not want to write it for fear writing it will make it real. I will continue to wait in my bunk until dusk. And if there is no sign of him, then I do not know. The priest keeps staring at me, as if he can sense I have some unseen weight on me. I will not give him the satisfaction of a confession.
It's not for him, it's for you.
It was nothing. A joke. I thought it was just a joke.
I killed my
I never
friend.
thought.
I never thought in a war my friend would die on patrol.
Therein lies my sin.
Oops.
9th of July, night. My conscience compels me now, as it failed to compel me then. I must do something, even if it costs me my own life. I must do something lest I never sleep again. I must do something or risk greeting hell itself as a relief.
That's metal.
I must do something. I go.
Okay. Oh, we didn't look at photos. We've seen all these. Do we see this one? They're digging. We're friends. Is that us? Howdy doody, family foo. That's the wiring. That's the beds. He did fuck off that whole time. I guess it stops while you're in there. Well, let's just hang out then. I'm just a barrel. Just a barrel, I am. I am just a barrel. Just a barrel, I am. Don't even worry. I'm just a barrel. I'm just a barrel I am. So if we're going to World War III, as if we haven't already started that, do you think it's gonna be bunkers and stuff? Is it gonna be like that? Is it gonna be nuts? How old do you think you have to be before they don't make you go? Would you want to go? I don't know. I used to want to go to war. Like, the ones that were happening when I was younger. I was like, man, I should be there. I should be doing something. I should help. I didn't go. But, I don't know, man. Fucking rats. Let's see. This war that's going on right now with Russia and Ukraine and all that. Because I don't trust the media, any media, I don't care who you are, I don't care if you're independent, I don't care if you're big. I just don't trust you. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like any of it. I think it would just be one of those wars where it's just like, well, you know, it is what it is. Just gotta deal with it. 'Cause, I mean, when you're a soldier, like, do you really care what the war is about? Or are you just like, I want to go home. It'd be great if I could just go home now. I'm just trying to be alive. I genuinely wonder this. Like, are you really sitting there giving a shit about the overall mission? Or does it start to just be like, dude, in my little microcosm of this war, I just want to not be dead? Wonder about that. Wonder a lot about war. Why can't I put this here? Really? You're gonna be a fuck like this? Yeah. Would I go if they conscripted me? I honestly don't think they would, but yes. Like, even if conscription was happening, I don't think I'd make the cut. Have you heard me talk about how many drugs I take? Like, again, I would be the guy in Vietnam whose hair was all grown out and I just did heroin the whole time. That I would be that guy. I'm not sure anybody wants me there. I don't... I'm quite lost. Like... Okay, I want to keep this. Like... I would never get past the medical. Not that I'm, like, completely useless or anything, by no means, but... They wouldn't be like, ah, yes. We should definitely put a gun in this one's hands. This one, oh, yes, this one is suited to manual labor. They'll be able to build things like bunkers. Oh, yes. I could see maybe getting conscripted for a brain thing. Like, they're like, oh, you gotta go work Intel. I could see that happening. They're like, oh, you go do this, please. I can see that because it's kind of what I do anyway. But, you know, you still have to, like, make it through basic, right? And they'd be like, man, fuck, this bitch is slow. You want this bitch to run a mile? Fuck no. Like, maybe if you run in front of her with some Twinkies, she might make an effort, but ain't gonna have, like, just give the bitch a computer and a gun and, like, some blood pressure medication and she might be helpful. What the fuck am I looking for in here? Glad I didn't turn the lights on. Shit. What could I do? I couldn't be engineering. Because I'm not an engineer.